While most of President Eisenhower's advisors...
Facts today are ominous. Washington...
If you have just tuned in to this special bulletin, Washington has confirmed that yesterday, on the 4th of October, 1957, the Soviet Union successfully launched history's first man-made satellite into space orbit around the Earth. Which the Russians have dubbed Sputnik, is being hailed as a milestone in history. No one in our nation's capital could deny that the satellite has ushered in a grim new chapter in the Cold War. And indeed, a wave of national anxiety already seems to be sweeping the country.
Still maintaining its speed of 18,000 miles an hour, completing an orbit of the Earth every 96 minutes. Dr. Werner von Braun, chief engineer of the Army Ballistic Missile Agency, expressed the hope that the United States would soon be following the Russians into space with our own artificial satellite. Dr. von Braun confirmed that there has still been no actual sighting of the Soviet satellite, but that the U.S. expects to be tracking it very soon. We are told that Sputnik will be visible to the naked eye about an hour after sunset and an hour before dawn as it traverses the October sky over the United States. What the beeping signal means, we still don't know. Maybe nothing more than that.
Hey everyone, FutureRail Productions here. It is May 15th, I want to say. Let me double check here. Yeah, May 15th. We are ready to go to Coalwood. Well, first, technically, we're going to Wilmington, North Carolina, because it's my wife and I's vacation to go see her birth parents. This is actually the first time I'm meeting them, so this is going to be interesting. You guys are not going to see any of that, because that's just private stuff, and I want to keep that separate from my, YouTube life. I might include some footage from the beach, since we're going to be in Wilmington, which is like literally right on the north, the Atlantic Ocean. So that'll be fun. Hopefully it's warm, and we escape in time because hurricane season. But we're currently getting the last few minute things packed, and then we got to drive all the way to Ohio in about 9 hours, I would say. Yeah, 9 hours sounds about right. So, this is going to be interesting, especially with a baby in tow. But, I'm looking forward to her birth parents meeting William. So, I will see you guys when we get to Coalwood. Okay, yeah, we're seeing houses here. Welcome to Coalwood, West Virginia. Ock Road. It's named after the rockets that Homer made. Free to ride lane. Oh my god. All these houses are cookie cutter, 100%.
All of them.
I mean, those three right there. Yeah, these are probably definitely houses that the miners once lived in. If they're all cookie cutter like this.
More than likely.
Yeah. There's Ock Road again. There's some sort of power plant there. There it is. There's the sign. I see it straight ahead. Roy Lee Cook Lane. There it is, Coalwood, home of the Rock Boys, and off to the right there, is Homer Hickam's house. That's Homer's house. Oh my God. Alright, so if we continue down this road here, so I think we're traveling along the railroad grade right now. There's a really awesome shot. There's the elementary school in the trees where the stairs are. There's like a really good shot, a photo. I don't know how well you can see it. It's up in there. We'll have to get out and look at it. But the railroad grade probably came right along this edge here. Probably this was not even here. This might have been filled in. But the railroad grade basically ran under a elevated bridge. I'll put up a photo now. And the elevated bridge went over the road and the tracks. So we're probably either A, on the railroad grade or next to it. I mean, it's a pretty tight clearance here, so I'm not 100% sure where the tracks would have been. And here's downtown Coalwood. This right here, I'm pretty sure this is where the big county store was. Over there's the machine shops. Right here, this is where the big store was. Where that pool was, that was the big store. And then these must be, you know, houses that, for the miners. And then these were the machine shops. Train grade might have been in there.
I don't know.
And there's a lot of Bicosby? I don't know how to pronounce that. But that's after the miner that died. He worked in the machine shop and built Homer's first few rockets. You see him in the movie. He's that Russian dude, I think. I'm pretty sure it's the Russian dude.
Or Ukraine dude. One of the
Ukraine dude. One of the two, yeah.
I think it was from the scene when he told him if he did it, he's going to get in trouble and his dad will know.
Yeah, exactly, that scene.
And that he has family back home and he's...
needs the money, yeah.
Needs the money and he sends it to them. I could be wrong, but I think that's the scene.
That is the right scene that you're thinking of.
That is the gentleman who passed away. And then ended up coming back up from the mine, and he was the one on the gurney, and that was the one who did not put his tag back up on the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the space shot.
Yeah, the space shuttle. You got water coming off of there. So there's a little Rocket Boys memorial there.
No playground for the kiddos.
Yeah. And up here, if we keep going this way, is going to be Cape Coalwood. Which in the movie, you know, Homer and the boys find it. In the movie and the real life, Homer's dad, also named Homer, gave the thing to them. He gave the slack dump to them.
Which was like the concrete for their pillar, right?
No, it was the slack dump is basically the byproduct of coal that gets mined out.
Oh, that's right. I was thinking it's a different one.
There's, you know, it's useless, so they, you know, dump it. So this is the dead end road coming up, and then Cape Coalwood right here, launch site. Yeah. So we just drive up this way to get to Cape Coalwood.
Tennessee.
Ooh, that's...
Well, continue.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
If this bitch can't do it, then we got problems.
Yep.
Excuse my language, YouTube. That'll have to be edited out.
Yep. From what I understand, the railroad grade came up through here, possibly. I can't see how.
I'm sure it managed.
And here we are, Cape Coalwood. It's seen better days. I'll say that much. Yeah. Definitely seen better days. Okay, so here we're in basically the main downtown area of Coalwood. These are just basically some of the buildings that are left over from the era. Like this is the machine shops here. Let's see if we can see inside here real quick, just briefly. Just a bunch of machines and glass that's broken. Some old sheds and stuff like that. Those are company houses over there for some of the miners, like apartments and stuff. But this is the place. And yes, I'm on a public road. This is public. So as long as I don't go over there or, you know, anything closer, I'm not trespassing. So right there, that's where the clubhouse used to be. Basically a hotel for the miners and stuff. That's been torn down. I'm guessing this building was put on top of it just recently because the building was torn down last year according to Homer. So it had become dilapidated and falling apart and stuff like that. And then here's the post office, doctor and dentist as well. That's been shuttered for a while. There's the church that Homer went to. So there's the post office there. Long since shuttered. And then right here, this is where the big store used to be, the company store. The swimming pool has now replaced it, but the swimming pool I don't think has seen any use at all. But this is where it is. This is downtown Coalwood. So that fancy house up there on top of the hill, that is the former general superintendent of the company, the old coal company's house. He was sent down here from Ohio, basically, according to Homer, basically to keep an eye on everyone, basically. And then up that way, that's Snake Root and Mudhole, which is where the quote-unquote colored camps, as Homer puts it, were. So, you know, African Americans, Chinese, and the like. So here we have the Rocket Boys Memorial. It's a model of the Space Shuttle Endeavour. It's definitely seen better days. The hole in the platform, paint's peeling off, but it's a really nice model. They got the American flag up there. Oh, it's been graffitied. So right here is Coalwood Elementary School. This is where Homer went to school for about 8 years before he transferred down to Big Creek High, which is down in War. But originally, this set of steps was here. So this is original to the building, and you can see the Coalwood sign all the way up there at the top there. But originally, the Norfolk and Western had a branch line that ran down here, and there was an overpass that basically ran, I guess, from here across the road to the sidewalk, because you had the tracks running basically up through here. Instead of building like a grade crossing across, they built an overpass. I'll put a photo right in here just to show you, but like, you could see the overpass and, you know, in that photo, but now there's nothing here, nothing to suggest there was a railroad here, there was, you know, actual coal mining here. It's all gone. So if we continue on down that way, that's towards where the tipple was, the Olga Tipple #1 and Homer's house. So right there's Homer's house. If I recall correctly, his bedroom was the second one on the right, on the upper level right there next to the chimney. So we're basically on the north end of Coalwood, and right down there where that little car wash there, basically, in this area, this is where the Olga Tipple was, basically, in this whole entire space right here. It took up quite the complex. And from what I understand, you know, Coalwood's, I found a website that said, you know, Coalwood, West Virginia, talks about the history of Coalwood. From what I understand, locomotives did not pull hopper cars, you know, underneath the tipple. They were actually pushed up this way to 6, which is down that way, and then they were rolled back under the tipple, which I'm not sure how that worked, but honestly, I really don't know. So this is basically Coalwood in a nutshell. There's just no sense of that it was a coal mining town. It's just completely gone. So right here, this is where the Coretta tipple used to be, and all the outbuildings. They're long gone, but this chain link fence is really all that remains. But right there where that concrete piling is, that's where the tipple was. Now, both the Coalwood tipple and the Coretta tipple were actually owned by the same company, Olga Coal Company. And the tunnels actually connected with one another right underneath our feet. Are miles and miles of tunnels for mining coal, and they all connect to one another. Now, there is a new coaling facility here with a new shaft, but the old shaft that once connected with Coalwood has long been since shut and flooded. So here we are in War, and this is the Southside K-8 school, but originally it was the Big Creek High School. That's where Homer went to school and where Miss Frida Riley teached. I mean, so where you see the school right now, that's where the football field used to be, but the school was built on top of it. And once upon a time, you could see the mascot of Big Creek over the back of the school. However, the school was shut down in, I believe, 2009, and then it was scheduled for demolition in 2014 or 2015, but a week before it was supposed to be demoed, it caught fire and burned. And it didn't burn completely to the ground, but they demoed it pretty much right afterwards. So there's nothing left of Big Creek, it's all gone. But as you can see here, you have the train tracks. On Sunday nights, the engineer, or whenever they had played football, the engineer of any train that came through usually would stop his train and watch the football game from the tracks, from his engine. So I think that's pretty cool. But sadly, there's not a lot left of Coalwood, or War, or Coretta, or anything. So this is Cape Coalwood. It used to be the slack dump, then a kind of a festival area, and there's not a lot left. I mean, there is really not a lot left. So here we have my rocket. It's an Estes rocket I built myself from a kit. It's AUK 32, appropriately named, as you know, Homer ended his rockets with Ach 31 after the Great Bird. Figured I'd do the same, but the way I painted it on is in honor of Miss Riley from the Miss Riley rocket in the movie. So let's launch the thing and hope to God we don't lose it. We're live. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, sadly, we lost Ach 32. I mean, I guess that's kind of ironic, considering most of Homer's rockets blew up before they could even take flight. So, you know, I suppose that's ironic. It's kind of, you know, poetic, I guess you could say. I could look at it in that light, you know. I put my love and care and soul into it, and it flew off into the sunset, essentially. But, you know, those few seconds of just seeing it go up, just for that split second, and then losing it to the ether, that was something else. Well, if anyone finds Ach 32, I hope you guys enjoy him. You get a free rocket. That's in case it doesn't degrade and it's still airworthy. But who the fuck knows? But yeah. Rest in peace, Ach 32. But yeah, unfortunately, this is my second to last episode of FutureRail Travels. Yeah, I know I'm retiring next year. It's been 10 years since I started this channel, and frankly, I'm just fed up with all the shitty YouTube rules. I'm tired of fighting tooth and nail for every subscriber. I know I'm not going to make money on my videos at all, but I think it's, you know, a good end to, you know, what was started 10 years ago. Like, it's poetic and at the same time sad. And, you know, it's hard to put into words. It's hard to decide what to do, when to do, etc. And I love being a YouTuber, but, you know, family's got to come first. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you in the final episode, back to 1885, part 3. Yeah, so we're going back to 1885. So there will be a teaser for that at some point. Don't know when, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And until next time, I'm FutureRail Productions, signing off.
Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look at it go, Homer. This one's gonna go for miles.